Well, good afternoon, and I'm very excited to be here with Willy Wood. I've worked with Willy for many years. He has been doing this Right to Learn conference for many years. I'm going to do a quick little screen share here, and in just a minute, Willy's going to talk about Right to Learn. Um, and the dates of it, it's at Stony Creek, which is a really nice venue, but small. We're down to less than 50 registrations left. And I'm stealing all of Willy's thunder here. I'm going to stop this share and turn it over to Willy. So Willy, tell us a little bit about yourself, Right to Learn, and this upcoming conference. Take it away.
Well, about myself, I was originally an English teacher for 14 years back in the day, and then was a communication arts consultant for the State Department of Education here in Missouri. During that time, one of the things the State Department did was run a conference for language arts teachers called the Right to Learn Conference. And so while I was at the State Department, that was part of my job to run the conference. Um, After I left there, this would have been around 2001, I believe. We I became an independent educational consultant, and the state decided at that time not to continue running the conference. So some of the state ed, education organizations asked me to bring it back, which I did through my own company and have been running it ever since. So altogether, probably, well, I know I've been doing it more than 25 years. I haven't actually counted them up, but somewhere between 25 and 30 years. And it has really evolved into not just a writing conference, but reading, writing, all types of communication arts. We have keynote speakers, national level keynote speakers, many breakout speakers, mostly from the state and regionally. And pre-pandemic, we used to have anywhere between 600 to 800 teachers in attendance, K-12. We came back last year after after having to do things virtually for a while, and had a little less than 300 people in attendance in our first try back as a live conference. And then this year, it looks like the numbers are going to be quite a bit up from that. We're looking at maybe 400, um, and hopefully growing it back to the full size eventually.
Okay, and I have to say, one of the organizations that's a co-sponsor is one that I've been involved with for a long, long time, and that's Missouri Literacy Association. We're very happy to be a co-sponsor. Now let's do another share screen and start looking at some of our speakers. And don't we just love all this technology? And the answer is no, we don't. Okay, so tell us a little bit about Padma and a little bit about what she's going to be talking about.
Well, before I jump into that, I just want to say, since you brought it up, I forgot to mention our co-sponsoring organizations. So the Missouri International Literacy Association is one co-sponsor, as is the Missouri Writing Project Network, which is our network of 5 national writing project sites here in the state, and the Missouri Council of Teachers of English. All of those organizations help me to organize and put on the conference each year. So as far as Padma goes, we did not have an author speaker last year. We've always had an author speaker with the conference for many years, but when we had the pandemic, and now we're trying to grow back, we had to kind of cut things down a little bit. So we're really happy to bring an author back this year. Padma is a young adult author, best-selling author. She's had several books already at the top of the charts and is working on another one. And she's going to speak to our conference theme, which is about diversity without distrust, which I think is a very important theme for these days. There's been so much division and so many politics and a lot of politics with things like school boards and book banning and all of that type of thing. And she's going to address those issues and how teachers can kind of navigate their way around those issues and still do a good job of teaching kids.
Okay, and that's just the first of several really great speakers. We'll do another share screen and have a look at who's next. And who's next? Oops, I'm better watch my. Here we go, and let's get that out of the way. Jennifer, and tell us all about Jennifer now. And it's all yours again.
Well, Jennifer Gonzalez is also going to speak on Thursday after Padma opens the conference with her keynote. Jennifer is going to be speaking virtually, but Jennifer Gonzalez, I think a lot of people will recognize her name. She is the person behind the very popular Cult of Pedagogy blog that a lot of teachers follow. She started out as a language arts teacher and then kind of found her niche as a a thought leader in language arts, and she's been doing her blog for a number of years now. Has thousands and thousands of followers. So she's going to do 3 breakout sessions virtually at the conference, and really excited about hearing what she has to teach us.
Okay, and we're just going to continue with this all-star lineup, looking at the next speaker, and that would be Penny Kittle. And I'll put a little personal note in here. I got to see her another time when she came. Just amazing. Okay, she'd be my draw all by herself, but and not to say the others aren't major draws too, but take it away and talk about Penny.
Yeah, well, Penny has been at Right to Learn several times. I think this will be maybe her third time with us. And she's like you say, a big draw for a lot of people. She is more secondary, but her strategies really cover pretty much all grade levels. A lot of people are probably familiar with her book, Book Love, which really does cover all grade levels about classroom libraries and so on. And also, her other book that a lot of people are familiar with is 180 Days, I think, with that she co-authored with Kelly Gallagher, who has also been at the conference several times. So Penny always has a lot of great things to share, and she also has 2 brand new books just out within the past year. So she'll have a lot of new strategies for us, I'm sure.
Okay, and the all-star lineup continues here. Oops. Let's try to keep this technology under control. Lindsay, and please talk about her now.
Why don't you just go ahead and flip forward to Frankie as well, because these 2 ladies are going to present together.
Okay, we'll do Lindsay and Frankie.
There
okay,
we go.
They're both there, and now take it away.
Okay, so Frankie Siberson, I think, well, probably pretty much anybody in the elementary grades knows Frankie. She's been around a long time as a thought leader in instruction. She was with Choice Literacy for many years. Throughout that whole time, she was a full-time classroom teacher. So she's been she was in the trenches for a full 30-year career and has just recently stopped teaching full-time. She's also been the president of National Council of Teachers of English just a few years back. So she's a national leader in literacy instruction. She's got a number of books out, and she and Lindsay, who is an up-and-coming dynamic 3rd grade teacher from Frankie's neck of the woods up in Ohio, they are currently co-authoring 2 books together. And I know they're going to be talking about things like building book stacks and many other topics. They're actually doing 3 different sessions at the conference.
So once again, continuing with that all-star theme, what we have also are breakout speakers. Hey, I think I know one of them. Could it be me? And there are also a number of different breakout session speakers and activities, networking. And I mean, look at the picture down here. Many a picture like that has been taken at our conferences. The award ceremony, the sing along, lots to do. And I'm going to stop talking with my favorite thing to say about your conference, which is lots to take home and use on Monday. That is it's just that kind of a conference. So not only do you have that wonderful all-star lineup with all kinds of information, but you also have really practical things that teaching teachers can use on Monday after the conference. Okay, so I'm going to stop the share and shut up and turn the last of it over to you. So final thoughts and comments, and here we go.
Well, that really is the focus. We've always kind of prided ourselves that it's not a theoretical conference. It's not a philosophical type of conference. It's more of a, here's what to do tomorrow kind of thing. But I will also say that there's a lot of other stuff going on at the conference besides all the learning. We try not to pack it so full of learning that people just get completely overloaded. So we have things like the Missouri Literacy Association will have a reception where people can get together and have some snacks, and awards can be given and so on. The Missouri Council of Teachers of English has an award ceremony. There are contests and door prizes and a lot of other events going on. Snacks and coffee and tea and all that kind of stuff is all available. So it's more than just the learning, and I think most people tend to have a pretty good time at the conference.
Okay, so just a final thought here. Date and time one more time, and I know we're down to under 50 registration slots left. So I would urge people, there's going to be a link to the conference registration in this blog that this will appear in. But one last time, where is it going to be? And
okay, so it's going to be at the Stony Creek Hotel in Columbia, Missouri, March 2nd and 3rd. That's a Thursday and Friday. And you're right, we're getting full pretty quickly. I was actually on a Zoom call right before this one with my conference planner, trying to figure out ways to get some more people in to the space that we have. It looks like we're probably going to maybe max out at about 400 people, which is quite a bit up from last year. But we'll get in as many as we possibly can without packing them in like sardines.
Appreciate that.
We still have a few weeks to go in registration, probably before we finish up. So I would urge people, if you want to get in on the conference, to do so pretty soon. And best way to do that is to go to the conference website, which is www.rightolearnconference.com. So that's WRITETOLEARN conference.com. But when you put that in and hit your return button, it will redirect to a kind of funky long URL. Don't worry about that. You're in the right place. And go to the register page and get signed up.
Okay, and that link will be in the blog as well, although some people only view the video without checking out the blog. So one last thing, and it's the Silly Bomarito tradition for his blog, and that is the Zoom wave goodbye. So if you could kind of raise your hand and goodbye, and thank you so much for doing this, Willy. And thank you so much for everything you've contributed to literacy in Missouri over all these years.
Well, thank you as well.
Okay, bye.
Bye.